This week's videos are sponsored by ACORNS, the money app that makes it simple and cheap to make small yet significant investments.
Citizens of the Reject Nation, welcome back, my friends. Today, Andrew and I, the real roomies, we're getting into the thing. We're getting into the Hunger Games. We're starving over here. I'm ready to do this thing, but before we get into it, let's check in with our feelings, okay? Andrew boy, how you doing?
I'm doing, Aaron. I'm doing. A lot of stuff's going on, but hanging in there and hoping movie makes me a little bit more happy, but I don't know if this is the one to do it. I will say, full disclosure, I saw this movie once a long time ago in theaters. I did not watch the rest of the franchise after this one, so it's why I wanted to actually do this franchise, because I never got to see the whole thing. So looking forward to getting back into this one. I do love Gary Ross, the director. He did Seabiscuit, which I never saw, but Pleasantville is one of my favorite films. It's a great movie, and I believe he also wrote Big in 1988, which was directed by Penny Marshall. Great film. So yeah, I'm looking forward to re-getting back into this and to finally finishing off this franchise, which I never did after I saw this first one. But how you doing?
I am doing okay. It's funny because we live together, but we're both individually going through it. Different degrees, different types, but you know, life is lifing for both of us. But yeah, I had some car issues last night, but this really dope dude named Owen, shout out to Owen, helped me out and got me to safety. So appreciate that dude for that. You know, we watch these movies as a form of escapism, at least in an attempt to put ourselves outside of our own situations. So get into the situation and the circumstances of whatever movie we're watching. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. I know this is a star-making performance for one Miss Jennifer Lawrence. This is a star-making performance for Jennifer Lawrence. And yeah, I'm excited to get into it, excited to start this franchise. Thank you so much for joining us. And before we continue, we gotta let you guys know that we are being hunted down in the Hunger Games by the copyright gods, but you can help us fight that by going over to Patreon and being a royal reject, where you can watch exclusive TV shows and movies with Greg and John and watch all the things that the whole reject team does, get the whole unedited, unsnipped experience. You can also join us at the Real Reject shop for all of our merch. Boom, right over here at rejectnationshop.com. You can become a righteous reject, and if you're a royal reject and a righteous reject, boom, together you get 15% off on all merch over there. And yeah, I think without further ado, let's get into the Hunger Games.
All right, 3, 2, and a 1.
The Treaty of the Treason. Penance for their uprise, each district shall offer up a male and a female between the ages of 12 and 18 at a public reaping. These tributes shall be delivered to the custody of the capital and then transferred to the public arena, where they will fight to the death until the lone victor or something. Henceforth and
I think it's our tradition.
It will be the Hunger Games. It's faster than I can read, y'all. Sorry.
Particularly painful part of our history.
Yes.
First, it was a reminder of the rebellion. It was a price the districts had to pay. But I think it has grown from that. It's something that knits us all together.
That is a beard.
This is your third year as game maker. What defines your personal signature?
Whoa.
It's okay, you're just dreaming. You're dreaming. It was me. I know, but it's not. It's your first year, Prim. Your name's only been in there once. They're not gonna pick you.
Oh.
Try to go to sleep. I can't. Just try. Deep in the meadow, under the willow, a bed of a soft green pillow. You remember that song?
Really sweet as she's calming her down.
Okay.
I'll still cook you.
Oh, Jesus.
Beautiful music, really.
Yeah.
Tragically beautiful.
Yeah, and I love how it immediately tells you the type of person she is based off of that small scene alone.
And you really feel the tone of this film first
The dreary,
5
the,
minutes.
the darkness, the poverty. Excellent establishing.
Wow. Such beautiful music.
It's haunting, it's dreary.
No. I get it, they're starving. As much as I don't want to see it.
I love the details of the feathers on the arrow being all like tattered. I think implying that, you know, this isn't the first time she's used this.
What are you gonna do with that when you kill it?
Aw, come on, dude.
Damn you, Gale. It's not funny.
Oh, Liam Hemsworth.
It's reaping day. The place is crawling with peacekeepers.
I was gonna sell it to some peacekeepers.
Not today.
It was the first deer I've seen in a year.
Oh.
Damn, nice shot.
Uh-oh.
Hey, is that Elizabeth Banks, right?
Yeah, looking like she came out of a Tim Burton movie.
Yeah. Johnny Depp was definitely envious when he saw that makeup.
The Hall of Justice.
Just 1 year. What if everyone just stopped watching?
They won't.
Root for your favorites, you cry when they get killed. It's sick.
Yeah.
If no one watches, then they don't have a game. Take off, live in the woods. It's what we do anyway.
They'd catch us.
Well, maybe not.
Cut out our tongues or worse. We wouldn't make it 5 miles.
No, I'd get 5 miles. I'd go that way.
I have Prim and you have your brothers.
They can come too.
I'm never having kids.
Here.
Oh my God. Is this real?
Yeah, better be. Cost me a squirrel. Happy Hunger Games.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
Damn, look at that. The way she reacted to seeing, like, real food. That shows how hungry they are.
This one's closer to you.
Thank you, girl.
I gotta see who the composer was for this film.
What's this?
That's a Mockingjay.
I do remember the third film was called Mockingjay.
You keep it. It's yours.
Thank you.
Oh, this is awful.
Yeah, real dystopian.
Oh, look at you. You look beautiful. But you better tuck in that tail, little duck.
Yeah, so this was 1 year after, was it X-Men First Class?
Oh, you look beautiful, too.
Wish I looked like you.
Oh, no. I wish I looked like you, little duck.
I really do appreciate how protective she is over her sister.
It's a Mockingjay pin to protect you. Nothing bad will happen to you.
No, they've got weapons, but we outnumber them. Let's rebel.
Even the officers kind of remind me of the Empire. I think the shaky camera is effective because it makes it have that sense of grit, you know, and that rawness to it. Sometimes it's too much, but this one works really well.
Time to sign in now. Okay, they're gonna prick your finger just to take a little bit of blood. And it doesn't hurt much, just a little.
Ugh.
Aww.
Next. Next.
Poor
Awful.
Prim. Ugh.
Go ahead.
Said every year they do this, right, from 12 to 18? The reaping?
Next.
Just wants to be with her sister.
Yeah, I'm just trying to protect her.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Hunger Games, and may the odds be ever in your favor. We have a very special film brought to you all the way from the capital.
To bring light to such a dreary thing.
Oh, God. Skulls.
Terrible war. Widows, orphans, a motherless child. This was the uprising that rocked our land. 13 districts rebelled against the country that fed them. Brother turned on brother until nothing remained. A people rose up from the ashes and a new era was born. But freedom has a cost, and the traitors were defeated. We would never know this treason again. And so it was decreed the various districts of Pan Am would offer up in tribute one young man and woman to fight to the death in a pageant of honor.
That is a messed up piece.
This is how we remember our past. This is how we safeguard our future.
It's funny she was voicing the words. That's me, like when I worked at Hollywood Video, I had the thing on a loop that was played the trailers.
For the honor of representing District 12 in the 74th Annual Hunger Games. As usual, ladies first.
Of course.
God, this is sick, man. Scanning for it. A just perfect little one.
Primrose Everdeen.
Oh, no.
Where are you, dearie? Come on now.
And they're all about to rat her out like, oh.
Prim! I volunteer as tribute. I believe we have a volunteer. Go find Mom. No. Prim, go find Mom right now. No. So sorry. No. Mom. No. Prim, leave. Go find Mom.
Oh.
Jesus.
I get it. I do the same. I do the same for my sisters.
Let's have a big hand for our very first volunteer, Katniss Everdeen.
Oh.
And now for the boys.
I wonder if that was how this culture does that, or that was an act of defiance to honor her.
Peeta Mellark.
Peeta.
Oh, we
Josh Hutcherson.
Yeah, we saw him in what was it, Zathura?
Yeah, he's a lot younger back then.
Yeah, just a little bit. I think that was 7 years before this.
Where's that boy been? I haven't seen him in something forever.
I think he auditioned for Amazing Spider-Man this same year.
Oh, no way.
Garfield beat him out, obviously.
Well, go on, you two, shake hands.
Oh, she's seen him. She's seen him before.
The district's not that big, so I imagine you'd run into everybody.
Dude, that is the ultimate.
You have 3 minutes.
Bravery and courage, right there.
Yeah, it is.
You're gonna be okay. Don't take any extra food from them. It isn't worth putting your name in more times. Gail will bring you game. You can sell cheese from your goat.
Just trying to win. Maybe you can. To protect you.
Little Prim.
You can't tune out again. Not like when Dad died. I won't be there anymore. You're all she has. No matter what you feel, you have to be there for her. Do you understand?
Negligent mother.
Time.
Prim, it's okay. Prim, it's okay.
Yeah, she's really the one that kept her family together. Man.
Yeah, and she had to do it at such a young, under 18 doing it. Wow. Just shows how strong of a character she is. Oh, buddy.
You're stronger than they are. Get to a bow.
They may not have...
Well, if you show them how good you are, they just want a good show. That's all they want. If they don't have a bow, then you make one, okay? You know how to hunt.
Animals.
It's no different, Katniss.
I was gonna say, when you're in survival mode, everyone's an animal.
It's interesting that Peeta hasn't had any lines yet.
Yeah. He's a great actor. He's doing a good job, though, with his facial expressions. There's a little bit, quite a narrative on him. Tell a lot about him just from looking at him. Wow, fancy.
Fancy. Very, very fancy.
Oh, wow. I bet they have not seen, well, not a ton of food like that before. He had a pastry or bakery shop, it said, but...
Have you ever met him, Hamish? You know, Katniss, he is our mentor. He did win this thing once. You know, if you don't want to talk, I understand, but I just don't think there's anything wrong with getting a little bit of help.
He's an empathetic being. That's fascinating. He was feeding animals while she was trying to take... Well, I mean, and I get why, for food. It's a fascinating contrast.
Congratulations.
Yeah. They said he was a he won once, so I can imagine the PTSD from going through something like that is real.
Where's the ice?
I don't know.
May I?
Something to look forward to if you win. Hidden the bottle.
So when do we start?
Oh, so eager.
Yeah, I want to know what the plan is. You're our mentor. You're supposed to go...
Mentor?
Our mentor. You're supposed to tell us how to get sponsors and give us advice.
Embrace the probability of your imminent death and know in your heart that there's nothing I can do to save you.
That's great advice.
So why are you here then?
The refreshments.
Oh. Foot in your chest.
You know, I think I'll go finish this in my room.
Great character introduction. This is hopeless, traumatized, cynical, drunk dude. But who's capable?
Do you remember this year? Oh, of course. Oh, one of my favorite years.
Oh, we got 2 MCU actors here.
And this moment here.
First correction.
This moment is a moment that you never forget.
2 Captain America
It's a
actors.
moment when a tribute.
Yeah, both in First Avenger. Is it Arnim Zola, right?
Dr. Erkenstein? Is that his name?
Was it?
Dr. Erkin, Dr. Erkenstein.
Yeah.
You'd freeze to death first.
No, because I didn't light a fire.
Good way to get killed.
What's a good way to get killed?
No, I was just asking about how to find shelter.
Which would come in handy if, in fact, you were still alive.
How do you find shelter?
Give me a chance to wake up, sweetheart.
Got a bad hangover.
This mentoring is very taxing.
Hitting the
stuff.
bottle right when he wakes up.
Hard.
I could never do that, but give me
Pass
some
the
time one
marmalade.
day, maybe. Whoa.
Each his own, man.
That is mahogany.
Okay. Ooh.
You really want to know how to stay alive? You get people to like you.
I can't kill you.
When you're in the middle of the games and you're starving, some water, a knife, or even some matches can mean the difference between life and death.
That makes sense.
And those things only come from sponsors. And to get sponsors, you have to make people like you. You're not off to a real good start.
What, knife through the fingers doesn't make you like her? Damn.
It's huge.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of Naboo in Star Wars.
I can see that. Oh my God, so colorful.
Yeah, he's got to put on an act to try and get sponsors, though.
You better keep this knife. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a very interesting mix.
Yes.
Whenever you have a volunteer from an outlying district, that's something you can't ignore.
Oh, so weird just not being able to wash yourself. I would not like this. Those eyelashes are crazy. Oh my God.
Definitely a vibe.
My name is Sinner.
Katniss.
I'm sorry that this happened to you, and I'm here to help you in any way that I can.
Lenny Kravitz.
So tonight, they have the tribute parade. I'm gonna take you out and show you off to the world.
So you're here to make me look pretty?
I'm here to help you make an impression. Did they explain about trying to get sponsors?
Yeah, but I'm not very good at making friends.
I just think somebody that brave shouldn't be dressed up in some stupid costume, now should they?
God.
I promise.
So presentational when all of these people are struggling, man. Just do it to make the rich people feel good.
Damn.
There they are. There they are. This year's tributes. Oh, it's the most exciting part. It just gives
Yeah, it almost looked like Jack Quaid, one of those kids.
Whoa.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a good way to stand out. Boy, this must all be so much right now.
Yeah. Fucking touch me.
Come on, they'll love it.
All right, we got to play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're ready. President Snow, you're live.
Right.
Call him Dictator Snow.
It's such a weird and tragic dichotomy of having to do this performative thing while doing something so morbid and dark as to killing other people for the sanctity and safety of your district and I guess yourself.
Tributes, we welcome you. Salute, courage, and your sacrifice. Happy Hunger Game, and may the odds be ever in your favor.
May this foot be forever in your ass.
So brave.
Are you sure you should be near an open flame?
Fake flame. Are you sure you... Let's go upstairs.
What just happened?
Each of the districts get their own floor, and because you're from 12, you get the penthouse.
Yes, let us give you a taste of glamour before we throw you back in the mud.
Now, your rooms are right over here. Why don't you go clean yourselves up a little before dinner?
So out of my element right now.
Make her wear color-coordinated costumes to fit the design of the room like they're frickin' dolls.
First, no fighting with the other tributes.
Oh, it
There's
is
Jack
Jack
Quaid.
Quaid.
Oh, snap.
There are 4 compulsory exercises.
Oh, and that's
the
the
rest
girl
will be
from...
individual.
Oh, what's it called? It's that horror movie. I forgot what it's called. The Orphan.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Damn, this is a young Jack Quaid.
Yeah, right?
My knife! I liar! Your knife! You little punk! You took my knife! And get off me! Just sitting here!
That's smart.
Clever kid.
Rattling the other people and getting them in there.
He can throw a 100-pound sack of flour right over his head. I've seen it.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna kill anybody with a sack of flour.
No, but you might have a better chance of winning if somebody comes after you with a knife.
I have no chance of winning. None. All right?
Accepted his fate.
You know what my mother said?
Believe
She
that.
said District 12 might finally have a winner, but she wasn't talking about me. She was talking about you.
I think that was kind of implied, Peeta.
Again, he's an extremely empathetic human being.
His heart's too big for this game.
Oh, what a nice person. Jeez. Nice.
Oof.
Bullseye.
Right on the money. Oh, no. I wonder if anybody ever dies during training.
Damn. He is strong. Impressive. Most impressive. Oh, that's really cool. Gonna blend in with the environment.
See?
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like a chameleon.
I think you have a shadow.
Rue.
You can feel that energy in her. She feels protected by her.
Well, I don't know how else to put this. Make sure they remember you.
She's Jennifer Lawrence. I ain't gonna forget.
Katniss.
Well, it's funny. I feel like she's a bigger star in the
Shoot
2010
straight.
than she's been in the 2020s. I don't know if that's consciously or if she wanted to take a step back because of things like X-Men and Hunger Games, or if she's not getting the work that she used to.
Katniss Everdeen, District 12.
I think District 12 is such an oversight. They're like, whatever. Yeah, it looks like Doctor Who a little, right?
Yes. Maybe we gotta bank the shot.
Do you think maybe she's not used to that because it's that bow, right? It's like heavy metal, right?
Oh, I think I know what she's gonna do. Ooh,
Nice shot. I think she just needed to get used to that bow.
Still not paying attention.
Don't you think that's what it was, right? Just need to get used to it.
Potentially, yeah. Wait, they're still not paying attention. I don't remember you now. I was gonna shoot that apple off the pig. Oh, they landed up right in the middle there. That's so smart. That was fun. Yup.
Whoa. Nice shot.
Thank you for your consideration.
She's spunky.
Yeah. Got that free spirit.
Well, finally. I hope you noticed we have a serious situation.
What did they do when you shot the apple?
Well, they looked pretty startled.
Oh. And Rue with a score of 7.
You skip past District 9. That's where the aliens are.
A score of 8.
Excellent.
Hey, Peeta?
And finally,
What's the highest score been so far? 9?
from District 12, Katniss Everdeen with a score of 11.
Damn.
Ooh, the highest.
Jeez.
Congratulations.
Oh, you could see that look of like again accepting his fate.
An 11.
Not enough.
She earned it.
She shot an arrow at your head. Why do you think we have a winner?
What do you mean?
I mean, why do we have a winner?
Just to keep everyone in line. I don't know.
Hope. A little hope is effective. A lot of hope is dangerous. Spark is fine as long as it's contained.
Evil.
Caesar
I don't like you, but this song is
74th Annual Hunger Games!
74 years of this. Good God.
Surprised there hasn't been some kind of revolt yet, right?
Jack Quaid hasn't had a single line yet.
Novel!
Oh, there's his line.
There's one. Made a
Right.
sound.
If this were now, I mean, probably have more lines.
District 12, you know her as the girl on fire!
Oh, she got the audience on her side. It's like she's zoning out the noise. Because it's so much to take in.
That was quite an entrance that you made at the Tributes Parade the other day. Do you want to tell us about it?
Well, I was just hoping that I wouldn't burn to death.
Yeah, it's sometimes when you're most funniest when you don't force it.
Yeah, valid fear.
Tell me about the flames. Are they real?
Yes. Would you like to see?
Oh, cool.
Be dizzy as hell trying to do that.
I'm with you. I get dizzy very easily.
It's about your sister. And what did you say to her in the end?
I told her that I would try to win.
And try you will.
That was very sweet of her, but it almost came off as condescending from him. Just the way he was.
Yeah, try you will.
Try you will. It's like, dude, her life's on the line. I get he's trying to be entertaining.
There's this one girl that I've had a crush on forever.
Uh-oh.
But I don't think she actually recognized me until the reaping.
And you win this thing. And when you get home, she'll have to go out with you. Right, folks?
The way he laughs.
I don't think winning's gonna help me at all.
And why not?
Because she came here with me.
Ooh.
Well, that's bad luck.
Yeah, it is.
And I wish you all the best of luck.
Damn, he left him speechless.
Right.
He usually has so much to say.
What the hell was that?
Oh.
He did you a favor.
He made me look weak.
He made you look desirable. Being in love with that boy might just get you sponsors, which could save your damn life.
It kind of reminds me of the dystopian future and like Running Man, how it's like viewed as a television show.
Yeah. This is weird. This is in a weird way. It reminds me of Love Island.
Jeez.
This is true. You put people in an isolated situation from different walks of life, and people vote on their likability.
Yeah. I feel you there. It's a different way how it ends.
More lethal.
Yeah.
But
it's the lethal Love Island, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's society watching a microcosm of humanity put in a situation for their entertainment. And they're isolated from the world as well.
I'm sorry I went after you.
You know, I meant that as a compliment.
I know.
Now we have ourselves a love triangle.
Yeah, I just keep wishing that I could think of a way to show them that they don't own me. You know, if I'm gonna die, I want to still be me.
That's a bar. It's a line right there. It's a bar and a half.
Doesn't want to become an animal.
Just gonna go out on his own terms.
I just can't afford to think like that.
You don't want to lose
I'm his
yourself in this
sister.
game.
Yeah, and again, it's
Yeah, I
more
know.
said than when you're in a survival.
Guess I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
You think his parents are trying to be funny when they named him Peeta and he works at a bakery?
Man, I don't know if like in this dystopian future if a Peeta exists.
I know it's spelled a different way. But
Yeah, that too.
Find high ground. Look for water. Water's your
Very
new
true.
best friend. Don't
You can
step
survive
off that
without
pedestal
food
early
for
or they'll blow you sky high.
Oh,
a few weeks. Water, you can't, like more than a day or two, I think. Whatever it is.
Give me your arm. What is that? Your tracker.
Ooh. It's a big needle.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Aww. That was really sweet.
30 seconds.
Oh, she's
Damn.
terrified.
Yeah, you haven't seen her terrified for one sec.
So sweet.
It's a really endearing character.
Yeah. Ooh, the sound dropping out.
White light.
Again.
What do you say? Don't go for the bows to death trap, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Gail.
Can't watch.
Yeah, and that's the same area he looked at, saying that's where he wanted to go originally with her. It's like you can feel all their heartbeats right now. Wow, no noise. Smart choice. Ooh.
Immediately. Good God.
Ooh.
Bloodbath. Yeah, you gotta just go, dude.
That's what you want. You want water.
And like they're doing a great job of showing the violence, but capturing the chaos of the moment. It's more about the feeling than the literal events.
Whoa.
Oof.
Nice.
God, the intensity of the score as well.
Oh, crap. Oh,
Jesus.
man.
That's freaking psychopath.
He is a savage.
Oh my God. Don't break something. How many people just
a lot
died?
of people eliminated really quickly. That's just what Woody Harrelson was saying. Like, it's a bloodbath if you go in right away like that.
She stabbed your pack, though, didn't she? Or she used it to block her face? I wonder if that cut off her water. Oh, no. Okay, good. Oh, no, there's no water in there. You gotta find the water, girl.
And of course, there's the familiar boom of the cannon, which marks the end of another fallen tribute.
There's 24 total. All right, so halfway through.
Half of them died in the first minute of.
Well, it just said, yeah. It said on the background too. It's been about 3 hours.
Oh, 3 hours. Okay.
But it did only feel like 1 minute.
Yeah, they kind of montage through that bloodbath.
Smart.
Yeah, make your own bow and arrow, girl.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? A little squirrel.
I don't think that was a squirrel, but I couldn't tell. Maybe it was a frog or something. I don't know. That's smart.
Yeah, we haven't seen what the other districts look like, but this looks semi-similar to where she's accustomed to. So she has the advantage.
Kind of in her domain.
What the hell is that? A camera?
Oh yeah.
Oh jeez, that high up, huh?
25, got it.
Hidden cameras everywhere.
Reject Nation, like many of you, I grew up in a home where money felt like a constant worry. Financial fear was always in the air, and eventually we did lose our home. So needless to say, I didn't grow up learning how to save or invest. But I did know that I wanted to feel more in control one day. And that's why I'm glad I found ACORNS. I have already been using them before we partnered with them, so very privileged right now to be working with them. ACORNS is a financial wellness app that helps you invest for your future, save for tomorrow, and spend smarter today, all from your phone. You can literally start by investing just your spare change. ACORNS rounds up your purchases and puts the difference into a diversified portfolio managed by experts. But it's not just roundups. You can also set up reoccurring contributions or deposit any amount of money that you want, whether it's $5, $50, or more. It makes investing feel easy. Like you really don't need to be an expert or understand a whole bunch. You just put the money in, put the spare change in, and then watch it grow over time. It makes building better habits simple. I highly recommend it, especially if you're someone like me who's like, I don't really understand how a lot of investing stuff works. It is so user-friendly and beginner-friendly. You could sign up now and ACORNS will boost your account with a $5 bonus investment. Join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $25 billion with ACORNS. You can head to acorns.com/rejects or download the ACORNS app to get started. Once again, acorns.com/rejects, link in the description box and pinned comment. And since we are talking about finances, it's important that I do say this. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote ACORNS. Tier 2 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. ACORN Advisors, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/rejects. Thank you again, ACORNS, for making my life better, and hopefully it makes your guys' life better too.
You see them all in the dome in the sky.
Wonder if Jack Wade's still alive.
I mean, they showed him a few times. I imagine so.
That is kind of giving away your position there.
Oh, immediately. Poor girl. No. Oh, gosh. Oh.
That's why.
Well, that makes 13 gone in the first 8 hours. And Claudius, I think I see an alliance forming.
Laughter? Yeah, y'all are sick before you even got in.
Please don't kill me! Oh, no!
That's actually a good impression. Lover boy. You sure she went this way?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, wow. You joined them. Boo.
Are you sure we shouldn't just kill him now?
Nah. He's our best chance of finding her. Let's go.
It's fascinating they have these alliances because there can only be one.
Yeah.
She is almost at the edge, 2 kilometers away from the nearest tribute.
Oh, she's just trying to get out of there? How are you gonna turn? What are you gonna do?
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Oh,
that
sheesh.
will make you turn around quickly.
Oh, that's messed up. Can y'all manually turn off that fire? Because running a fire is a crazy feat. It's nearly impossible.
I'm assuming they can.
Especially if there's wind. Oh, jeez, a fireball. What the hell? Oh, my God.
Gosh,
They're trying to kill this girl. Not actually, but getting very close.
Whoa.
Oh, just make one fall. Okay.
Oh, did she just get burned? Oh,
It's
no.
cheated.
Jesus. Oh, that must feel so nice right now.
Yeah, especially with that injury. But now you have water you can, put in your flask. Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Ooh.
I'm coming for you.
Ha ha.
Go for it.
Get her.
Come on.
Just a bit outside.
Maybe you should throw the sword.
Let's just wait her out. She's got to come down at some point. It's that or starve to death. We'll just kill her then.
What's this game you're playing, man? That's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Yep. Eesh. They don't like it.
Likes throwing that knife. Oh,
Oh,
whoa.
Jesus.
Jeez. Good old Esther.
Oh, someone's above her.
No, I think that was sent in for her.
Oh. What the hell is that?
It said apply and stay safe.
Wait a minute. Good.
Ooh.
Yay.
That's a relief.
Yeah, a bit. Oh, there she is. Aw. Oh no.
Dang. How's she gonna get that down? Oh, that'll wake him up. Oh, I guess she could climb over to it, right?
Crackerjackers are genetically engineered wasps whose venom causes searing pain, powerful hallucinations, and, in extreme cases, death.
Oh, God.
I guess she could knock out a couple people right now in the competition.
How are you gonna get it down, dude?
Does she have a knife or? Oh, is she right?
Oh, yep, sure enough.
Oh, she does have a knife though. Okay.
Make sure it doesn't sting you.
Oh, cut
There's
fast.
so much cutting you gotta do.
Yeah, cut faster, please.
What if they're wise enough to get in you, right? Oh, no. It's 3!
Oh.
I'll be tripping balls after this.
Come on, get it. Yes. Whoa.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, she's a goner.
Yep.
Yeah, she's a goner. Ah.
That's a fall. Shouldn't be her first kill by technicality.
I mean, to me, that's self-defense. They were waiting for... Oh.
He's just tripping.
Yeah. Finally got my weapon. Damn!
Yeah. Oh, my God. Show it again.
Ooh.
Oh, terrible.
Oh.
I wonder if this is in the book, too.
But the crackerjackers stink can produce powerful hallucination.
Yep.
I was gonna say this is very acidy, trippy. That her dad, I would assume.
Down in the mines. Oh no. Oh Jesus! What the hell? Oh,
That's what
no.
happened. Ooh. Whoa. Mom, look at me.
Yeah, she was checked out.
Yeah.
So she's saying, don't do that with the sister.
Yeah.
Please say something! Katniss, go! Get out of here, go! What are you doing?
Oof. Big oof. Oh, did he do that for her? He put the leaves on her to help her wounds?
Had to heal up.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Rue?
Oh, little Rue. Oh.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Yeah, she sensed her energy from the beginning on, how protective she was.
Yeah, very.
Well, also she found out that she volunteered for Prim. I mean, I think everyone heard that, so she knew what a good-natured person she was.
True.
How long was I asleep?
A couple of days. I changed your leaves twice.
Couple of days?
Couple of days? Thank goodness nobody...
So what happened while I was out?
The girl from 1 and the boy from 10.
How many are left?
And the boy from my district?
Yeah, he's okay. I think he's down by the river.
Down by the river.
Is he with his van?
So where are Kato and the others?
They got all their supplies down by the lake. It's piled up in this great big pyramid. We need a signal in case one of us gets held up.
Okay, like what?
Here, watch this. Ah.
Oh, that's smart.
That's great.
Back home, we use them to signal all the time.
Cool.
Nice.
If we hear that, it means we're okay and we'll be back real soon.
We're gonna be okay.
We gonna be all right.
Oh.
Oh, you're my new little sister now.
They say how many are still left, or very tempting to go after these supplies.
Let's go. You stay gone. Don't move till we get back. Go.
So there's at least 15 dead right now.
Sure.
So they said 13 before, then 2 died while she was asleep.
Oh, right. Gotcha. That makes sense.
I want to see if she's going to figure out this booby trap.
Yes, it seems they've reburied their minds around that big pile of goodies.
What's that actor's name again? Toby Jones, right?
Mm-hmm.
This looks too good to be true. Whoa!
Ooh, nice. Ooh.
Oh, damn.
That was really smart of her.
Yeah. Well, the supplies are gone, but yeah, it's the wise choice. She had no idea what to do.
Kill that kid. Yeah, they're about to take that kid out. Oh, God!
Jesus.
What the hell? Oh, my God. You're a freaking monster. Just like that? It's crazy. How do you know? Oh, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Where is she? Oh, okay. It's just a net.
Oh, it was just a booby trap.
It's just a net.
Yeah.
Aw, poor girl.
You're fine, see?
Oh, sheesh kebabs.
Oh, later, Jack.
Gotcha, Quaid. No, dude. No! Oh, no. Oh, no.
You have to win.
Yeah.
Deep in the meadow, under the well.
The same song she sang to her sister. This is so sad. She was so young. Probably no older than 12. She probably was just the minimum age for this.
Yeah, she's probably the same age as Prim.
Yeah. Get them all! Kill Jack Quaid again. Oh, wow. It's a beautiful little grave. No.
Seriously. Let's go.
Revolt!
Let's go.
This is probably her dad. Yeah, get him. Take him down.
Totally okay with all this.
I think this is what society has come to. Like this is what we think is gonna keep people enslaved. We're killing little kids.
Look, protesting is one thing, but this is the...
Oh, wow, they're hosing them too? Wow.
Outraged over how we're being treated and the death of a little girl. Like, this is disgusting. I'm totally fine with what they're doing.
I hope Katniss tears the whole system down, man.
You have a lot of anger out there. I know you know how to handle a mob. You've done it before. If you can't scare them, give them something to root for. Such as young love.
That's true. Very true.
Have you been out there? 10, 11, 12?
Not personally, no.
I have. Lots of underdogs. Lots of coal, too. Row crops, minerals, things we need.
Literally looks at us all as peasants.
Yep.
And I think if you could see them, you would not root for them either. I like you. Be careful.
It was a threat.
From now on, 2 victors may be crowned if both originate from the same district. This will be the only announcement.
Okay.
All right, they work together now. Right, she did say he's by the river. Ugh. What the?
When was the last time we saw Peeta? She was having the hallucinations from the
Yeah,
trackers?
she was saying run, and then Rue said he's by the river.
Oh, right.
Oh. No.
Whoa.
Peeta!
Damn.
Oh my God.
Super impressive.
Glad that came back.
Yeah. Oh. Oof. Oh, does she have some of the ointment still? Or?
What was it?
The sword. It's bad, huh?
It's gonna be fine.
Ooh.
Katniss.
No, I'm not gonna leave you. I'm not gonna do that.
Lost enough already.
And then here's where they find Bruce Wayne.
Nobody's gonna find you in here.
They already found me.
We'll just get you some medicine.
Katniss, I don't get many parachutes.
We'll figure something out.
Huh? Yeah, because you went for the
sponsors.
Yeah, you went with the haters. Now you're gonna get all the sponsors.
Yeah.
Young Love?
Getting a lot of votes right now on Love Island. Oh,
our boy.
I was about to say, are we going to cut to Gale when he's watching this? She's figuring out how to play the game. That one say, you call that a kiss?
Oh, jeez.
Was it Hamick? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson's here.
Medicine?
No. Soup.
Soup.
That's
Dave
nice.
Love.
You fed me once.
Right when he threw her the bread.
I think about that all the time.
Ooh.
How I tossed you that bread.
I mean,
I should have gone to you. I should have just gone out in the rain.
Bread. Rainy mud bread.
yeah.
You feel hot.
Oh, he must have a horrible fever right now, right?
I remember the first time I saw you. Your hair was in 2 braids instead of 1. And I remember when you sang in the music assembly, the teacher said, "Who knows the Valley song?" and your hand shot straight up. After that, I watched you going home every day.
Might as well get everything off his chest now. You don't know if he's going to be alive the next day or so.
Well, say something.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
I'm not good at saying something.
Then come here, please.
Kiss me.
They just keep him warm. They are adorable.
Even if I
together.
don't make it.
Don't say those things.
I know he's not a Hemsworth, but they are adorable together.
Commencing at sunrise. There will be a feast tomorrow at the cornucopia. Each of you needs something desperate.
Ooh.
We plan to be generous hosts.
I think they're trying to speed up the game a little.
Yeah, I'm like, you see, I don't like the way you said that.
Unless you're not going to risk your life for me, I'm not going to let you.
You would do it for me, wouldn't you?
Why are you doing this?
Ooh. Kagel, no.
Did you really mean that, or is that for sponsors?
No, there's no way I'm letting you go.
Peeta.
Both.
Please.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay.
I think that was a smart and emotional decision to cut to Gale too while that happened. Because I would have been wondering like how he's reacting to that if you didn't show him. Oh, buddy.
I thought that was Gail crying for like half a second. You got to go protect your mans.
I mean, he's not going to survive much longer if she just stays there.
I know, you got to go protect him by killing everybody else.
He's infected, and he's got, I would imagine, a fever. Let me scout the area.
Yeah, you got to be suspicious. Uh-oh.
Oh, this girl. I like her.
Why would you want to take two?
Whoa! Damn! Oh, did that get her?
Yeah, it did.
Loves that knife.
It's going to be her first murder. It's going to be self-defense.
Well, it's self-defense. I don't consider it that. Ugh.
Where's Loverboy? Oh, I see. You were gonna help him, right? Well, that's sweet. No, it's too bad that you couldn't help your little friend.
Wow.
What was her name again? Rue? Well, we killed her. And now, we're gonna kill you.
Why are you doing your little monologue?
Oh. Whoa!
Did you kill her? Oh, is it the sister, his brother?
Well, I think they were just in the same district. I don't know if it's his brother.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh! Break her neck or...
Yeah.
Damn.
Just this time, 12. For Rue.
Oh. Respect.
Who the hell is that dude?
Jesus. Alliances are so thin, especially in these types of situations.
I got the medicine.
What happened to you?
I'm fine.
No, you're not. What happened?
The girl from 2, she threw a knife, but I'm okay.
You shouldn't have gone. You said you weren't going to go.
You got worse.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You need some of that, too.
I'm okay.
That feels better. Now you.
I'm okay.
No, come on. You need it, too.
Maybe on her head where she just got cut, right?
Big old gash.
That was a great shot, too, because I did notice she got slightly cut when... This is moving shit.
You're so beautiful.
So much better.
Oh my God, Peeta.
Oh, wow.
I don't feel anything.
That really works.
Magic. What the hell?
We could. We're the only team left.
We could go home.
Are there only 2 others left? The one from the guy from the district Rue's from, and then the
know
savage,
Thresh took off.
blonde savage guy?
Cato's going to be by the cornucopia.
Right? Cato.
He's not going to go someplace he doesn't know.
I think so.
Oh, and then the girl that I said I like that she keeps running.
The ginger chick.
Yeah. So there's 5 left total. Oh, no.
Peeta!
What?
Peeta!
Are you okay?
Ooh.
That's Nightlock, Peeta! You'll be dead in a minute!
Nightlock?
You scare me to death. Damn you.
I'm sorry.
She can't lose anybody else.
Yeah. Are they going to show in the sky who?
I never even knew she was following me.
She's clever.
Too clever.
Dang.
What are you doing?
Maybe Cato likes berries too.
Trade you some berries for a sword or a knife?
What time is it?
A little after noon.
Why is it getting so dark?
Must be in a hurry to end it.
You ready, Lucia?
Oh, right here, sir.
What the hell are
That's
those?
great.
Beasties.
I guess they really want to speed up the ending here.
Big old dogs.
That's it. That's excellent.
It does make sense, though, if it's the game for them is dragging.
Is the dude with the extravagant beard, is that Matthew Good?
No, it's Wes Bentley. Is that his name?
Oh.
Right? He's in American Beauty
Okay.
and Ghost Rider.
Matthew Good's a dude from who's Ozymandias in Watchmen, right? Okay, never mind.
I still got that music stuck in my head in the beginning.
Oh.
Ugh. Well, I don't like that noise. Go climb back in the trees.
It's the finale.
Yeah.
We're in the third act now.
We're in the end game now.
Got two.
Oh, no.
Oh, dang it.
So that means there's only 3 left, right?
Yep.
Let's go.
Those two and Kato.
And Kato, yeah. Oh, that is making a lot of noise.
Too much noise.
Jeez. Oh, does it still have the arrow in it?
Oh my god, you freaking monster.
Oh, sending in more? Uh-oh. Must go faster. Must go faster. Oh, yeah, his leg. That's right. Could Last of Us boost? Oh,
no, no, no!
Ay. Whoa.
Jesus, you're up there too? Freak.
Oh, what the hell happened to him? Oh.
No.
Ah. Oh. Oh no. Oh, he was in Bad Boys 3 or 4, right? That's where I know him from.
Shoot. And we both go down and you win. Anyway.
What's your play?
It always was, right? I didn't know that till now.
What?
How's that? Is that what they want? Nah. I can still do this. One more kill.
Oh.
It's the only thing I know how to do. Bring pride to my district.
Why'd they play against each other?
Ooh! Oh, later. Bye, Kato. Oh, that's gotta be so awful.
Quite savage. She didn't offensively kill anybody this whole movie. Unless she kills him now.
She put him out of his misery.
Yeah. Oh, he's dead. Okay, never mind. Can't play with him anymore.
All right. Last 2.
They both get to live now.
It's a beautiful day.
Attention, tributes. There has been a slight change,
Of course, just give him a little bit of hope.
allowing for 2 victors from the same district has been revoked.
Yup.
Only one may be crowned.
So BS.
Yeah, because they didn't actually think they'd be the final 2 standing. That's why.
Yeah, because he changed it up. Because like, oh, we gotta give him a little bit of hope.
One of us should go home.
No,
One of us has to die. They have to have their victor.
No, we're not gonna go on their terms, like you said.
They don't. Why should they? No. Trust me. Trust me.
That guy looked like John Snyder, Jonathan Kent from Smallville, but it wasn't.
Together.
Okay.
Oh, damn. That'd be a major revolt if there were no survivors.
1,
2.
Suicide. Double packed.
Stop! Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the winners?
Wow, call their bluff.
Damn.
Oh my God, it worked.
I love how resourceful she is. Oof.
They're not happy with you
Why? Because I didn't die?
because you showed them up.
Oh, she certainly did.
I'm sorry it didn't go the way they planned. I'm not very happy with them either.
Katniss, this is serious, not just for you. They don't take these things lightly.
He's about to get punished. He give the people too much hope. Oh, he has to eat the freaking berries? That's messed up.
He said be careful to him. Gave him a stern warning.
When they ask, you say you couldn't help yourself. You were so in love with this boy that the thought of not being with him was unthinkable. You'd rather die.
How did you feel when you found him by that river?
I felt like the happiest person in the world. I couldn't imagine life without him.
Oh, God. Cut to Gale.
We don't. I think at this point, like we already know his reaction. At this point.
Pretty much.
You saved my life.
We saved each other.
But now, what do you do when you do get back home?
This year's victors of the 74th Annual Hunger Games!
Are they going to continue to abide by that rule?
Screw that guy.
Congratulations.
President Snow.
What a lovely pin.
Thank you. It's from my district.
They must be very proud of you.
Let's push him. Let's push him off the edge.
So what happens when we get back?
We go to the bakery and get some food.
We set out the sequel.
I don't know. I guess we try to forget.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, look at Woody Harrelson's character. You don't forget.
I don't want to forget.
This is a dreary but very emotional score.
Really
It's got
good.
adventure and wonder. Gale's still there. Oh, there's definitely got to be a love triangle.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, he looks very happy.
Throw something. Rage out.
Whoa. Whoa. I looked it up. I don't think there's a mid or post.
Okay. I'd imagine not. Oh, righty then. Guys, boys and girls, we have just watched The Hunger Games. Thank you so much to Prepper for cutting down these highlights. And if you are watching on this on Apple or Spotify, or listening to us rather, make sure to go and give us 5 stars. All right, without further ado, we are going to get into the questions from the patrons from our Royal Rejects. They're going to help guide our review. It looks like we have a decent amount today, so I'm excited to get into it. So let's do this dang thing. All right, Jaden Rhodes, I'm curious what you think will happen going forward, and are they excited about it? I'm looking forward to it. It's pretty dreary. Yeah. But yeah, who knows where things are going to go from here?
I mean, I clearly by the ending, President Snow is planning on something. He looked really pissed off, and we saw that not only by his facial expression, but what he did with Wes Bentley's character. You know, he gave him a stern warning and then left him to die in that room with the blueberries. So he's clearly going to be plotting something. So, but I don't know what. I mean, I think it would be very repetitive if you just have another same exact thing Hunger Games movie, right?
Yeah.
So,
who knows how they're gonna change it?
but we'll see. I'm either way. I'm looking forward to it because I'm already extremely invested, at least in Katniss and with Peeta. I really love those characters. I think they complement each other so well. I think Katniss has this extremely quiet intensity about her, and I love how protective she is about the ones she cares about, especially with Prim and with Rue and with Peeta and when it comes to Peeta, I think the same qualities about him, how protective he can be too, especially over Katniss. I think there's a interesting love triangle brewing, especially with Gale. And then also with Peeta as well. I love how empathetic and endearing of a character he is. I thought there was an intriguing thing that they were doing with. We thought for a moment, and I know I saw this a long time ago. I really zoned a lot of it out. I don't remember. It was so long ago, but I thought maybe for a second he did turn, but it was more of just like kind of looking out for her instinctually. That's why he was with Cato's crew there. You know what I mean? So I thought that was an interesting way to make you as an audience think he'd kind of turned.
Yeah.
But again, I love how sweet of a human being he is, and we saw that too in the flashbacks where they had kind of a history together, and he threw her some bread, and also too, he wasn't really treated nicely by his own family. So yeah.
No, but I wholeheartedly agree. I'm excited to see where they go and how the development of the games continue and where this love triangle is going.
Yeah.
Who will prevail on top? Will Peeta and Gale get together? Who knows? All three of
Peeta
them.
and
You're
Gale?
gonna be a, you're
Yes.
gonna be a throuple after this.
That's what's gonna happen.
Yep.
I foresee that.
They're gonna change it up. They have to switch it up.
I for sure see that happening. All right, from Game Night J14, how do you guys feel after this movie, specifically with modern reality TV and how we, the viewers, are similar to the Capitol? I mean, Aaron and I talked about that a few times with, like, what is it, Love Island, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I will say we are obsessed with entertainment and, just desensitized to violence, I feel like, too.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like a lot of us are very empathetic, when it comes to violence, but a lot of times too, like we'll pay our respects and that, but it's like, oh, another thing, scroll through, next thing, scroll through.
Yeah.
But I would say like that's how it's kind of similar to the Capitol, but I don't know. That's how I would say it's kind of similar in that way. But what about you?
Yeah, I think that it's interesting how our society has there's like this instant gratification factor of entertainment, but also we like to observe life from a distance. So I think that something like the Hunger Games is a perfect emulation of where society's kind of headed, meaning we like to watch things that are the heightened experience of what it means to be human without wanting ourselves to be in that situation. The immediacy of that situation internally, but the fabricated feeling of that thing. That's why they make these players more palatable in the Capitol to like make them more presentable and make it more of a game show when it's something that's really morbid about people's lives at stake. They play these things with ships, the will they, won't they, and you have to play to the popularity because how popular you are is something that plays into your likelihood of survival, and it's it's played to the public as this thing that is something for entertainment, but it's really a mechanism for control. So they monetize this thing of control and frame it as something that makes society better, but also for you to, I don't even know if look forward to. I guess as a viewer, they look forward to it or maybe even dread it, depending on how close they are to the person themselves. But yeah, there's this emulation there with something like Love Island and some other reality shows where we're watching these people kind of in a microcosm away from society, away from their phones, and root for them or villainize them in a way that removes the personhood from what they're experiencing. They're all pretty, or they're all some semblance of a quality that makes them more palatable. And there's this and it's weird because it's like there's people put themselves in the shoes of people that watch these type of shows, but there's also a layer of something removed from their humanity because you're viewing them as a character because you don't know them internally.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that in some ways sort of replicates what we're seeing here. You present them in a certain light, make them all pristine, to present them as a fraction of who they actually are. So it's this packaged, palatable thing for the TVs. But really, these are people that are dying, and it's really sad. But yeah, granted, it's not that morbid in society when it comes to something like Love Island, but the parallels are undeniable.
Thank you for the question.
All right, Tim Pork Roll. Thank you, dude. Thank you for the question. Welcome to the games. You're in for a ride. Do you guys have a favorite movie adaptation of a book, whether you read the book or otherwise?
Okay, so I watched the Harry Potter movies first, and then I read the books. But I love the movies, but I like the books more. But in terms of if I read the books first and then I saw the movie, it's got to be Jaws. By far, it's Jaws. I like the book, but this is one of the cases of the movie surpassing the book, and it's fascinating too because Steven Spielberg, when he read, from what I remember reading back in the day, I think like he was reading the book, he was intrigued by the book, but he also like was rooting for the shark when he was like halfway through the book or even 3/4 of the book. He's like, I don't want any of these characters to survive for the most part. Yeah, so, but this is one of those, there were a lot of subplots too in the book. I don't want to spoil in case you ever do read it or anyone else who is watching this has not read, but there were a lot of subplots in that I'm so glad Steven Spielberg, Carl Gottlieb, and whoever else worked on the writing in that amazing film, which is top 5 favorite film of all time as well. I think that movie is pretty much picture perfect. So I would say favorite book that is adapted to a film would be Jaws. What about you?
Ooh, that's tough because I feel like most of my things that are adapted are typically comic book things.
Yeah.
But if I can just slightly tweak your question, my favorite movie that comes from a book, I remember in high school really loving The Color Purple, and I read the book before I watched the movie, the Oprah Winfrey movie, and I was like, this is nothing compared to the book because it was, I don't know, it kind of neutered the impact of the book's intention, and I feel like that's often the case with book readers because you're getting a fuller experience of whatever that adaptation is. So I don't know if I have something that's the reverse because I feel like, and I'm maybe in the minority on this, but I feel as though when it is something that's being adapted, I feel like it's probably wiser to watch the thing that is being adapted from the source material first because you're not coming at it with a skew of expectations or what they should sound like, but rather you're getting the extended version of whatever that thing is in the book. That way you can hold both of them on equal footing.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Like I said, that's how I did it with Harry Potter. But The Color Purple, I think that was Spielberg who directed that, right?
He did.
So I think it's funny that we both picked Steven Spielberg film. Just quick question. Is there a comic book adaptation? Because, a lot of times, a lot of comic book films, they are going with a comic book adaptation, like a storyline from a comic.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in particular that, like, that's my favorite one, or no? Because, like, the new Superman, I haven't seen it, obviously, but I know, like, All-Star Superman and stuff like that. Is there anything in particular that...
Well, it's funny because I use that example as something that I read the source material and then saw the book, I read the book, then watched the adaptation. But I feel like one example where I read the source material and watched the book and can hold them on equal footing is probably in the Spider-Verse. It's because I read Miles Morales when it first came out in 2011. So then when he was finally adapted and finally given the time of day and the love and respect that he deserves, it was different than the comic that I read, but it was unique in the sense that it understood the spirit of that character and built upon it in a way that was different from the adaptation, kind of focusing more on the culture of him and it's focusing on the legacy of Spider-Man and Spider people as a whole. So yeah, I would say that's my loop around for your answer.
Cool.
For your question. Thank you for the question.
Thank you. All right, from Christina. Thank you, Christina, for the question, for being a royal reject. We appreciate it. Aaron and Andrew.
Hi.
Love you guys. We love you too, Christina.
Oh, thank you.
Other than the involuntary aspect, how would you compare the emotional conflicts and inner turmoil of the Hunger Game participants to those in Squid Games? Well, full transparency, I have never seen Squid Games, so just wanted to get that out there. But how would you answer that?
And I watched Squid Games once when it first came out, so my memory is a little vague on that. But from what I remember, it is people that are being chosen for a competition that choose to go into this competition for money, and it's obviously process of elimination. People all die, and whoever wins gets that that giant lump sum. So there is an element there of familiarity, and yeah, it just comes back to this thing about what we do when we are put to the test. Like what are humans capable of?
Yes.
When they're in dire circumstances, and I think that alone is fascinating. I think when we're observing it in stories, I think that it's something that we can really learn from and take things from. Granted, we as humans in real life never know how we're going to react within certain circumstances, certain stimuli. You know, what are you more fight or flight? Are you willing to take a life when when your life is put against a wall? Hopefully, most of us will never have to come to that situation, but I think it is in media something that's always particularly interesting to witness. So I would say, as far as the comparisons go, there, I think it is definitely something that is a correlation I had not kind of thought of prior to this moment. So I appreciate you for this question.
Yeah, sorry. I was just going to say, obviously, I've never seen it, so I can't make the comparison. That's actually the final notes I put, humans becoming barbaric and savages. I was just in terms of, like, what we do in situations such as this, and I do agree with my real roomie. Like, I would hope that none of us ever have to be put in survival instincts or situations like this. But it is compelling in how, when we saw Katniss and Peeta, I do like how, like, when they were put in these awful situations, that they never did become barbaric or savages or have to, like, come with, out of who they know that they are, like, outside of themselves, rather. And I appreciated that about the film. Like, I think Aaron made a great point too. He said, I don't think she's like I don't think Katniss made any actual kills. Well, I guess with Jack Quaid, right? It was one of the only ones she made.
Yeah.
But again, everything was in self-defense with her. She was not actually being a savage and killing to kill. It was only in when it was to protect herself or to either Peeta or Rue and protect others in that sense. So, I really did like that when it came to the inner turmoil or the emotional conflict. And the whole reason of her being there was because she was protecting others. She was protecting Prim. And that's why she volunteered. Like, nobody does that. Like, to have that type of selflessness and that type of courage, like, it's so resonating to see a character do that. Like, I mean, I would hope in a situation like that, I would sacrifice myself. It's tough to say, but I would really like to believe I would do that. And I appreciated, like, seeing that on screen. And I thought Jennifer Lawrence did just such an incredible job of executing on a character with those types of emotional resonancies that I hope to see on screen. So she did an amazing job. Really loved her performance.
All right, Michael Medina Cathuria, real roomies, the real cuties. Oh, shucks.
Thank you.
Big hugs always. Oh, big hugs to you too. Hunger Games highlights the apathy society can have, and I find it lately it feels a bit close to home. Why do you think people can look away from horrible things or even explain it away to benefit themselves? Andrew, you have a
Why
thought
do
on
you
that?
think some people can look away from horrible things or even explain it away to benefit them? That's a good question.
If you don't have anything, I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think because it's easier for them if they feel it benefits their wants and their objectives and their goals. Because I feel like your question sort of speaks to recent events with certain things happening both in Los Angeles and America. I think that one, it's about the information sources you're getting and how it's delivered to you. So if something's presented to you in a way where it is made palatable or softened the effects of whatever it is that is happening, people are capable of justifying that thing because it suits whatever their needs are, even if they're rationalize that thing as something that is for the greater good or selfless. I feel like something that is horrible, that the ends justify the means. I feel like that's a lot of how people justify horrible things and how they're able to look away from horrible things because, it's something that I want, but it's too ugly to actually examine. There's certain raids happening in this country, but that's neither here nor there. I have a feeling that's kind of what this is potentially getting at.
Yeah, I didn't understand the initial part of the question. Now I get a little. I think also too, it's easier for people like to not look at those or to kind of ignore the situation and just deal with what they're dealing with in their lives and not confront situations like that. It's just easier. than when you have to deal with horrific situations like, what you were referring to. And, there was a movie I just watched with Greg. It said, like, comfort is the killer of ambition or something like that. And I think that also puts you in a position where, you get to, and if you're in a comfortable position where you don't feel like confronting things, makes you uncomfortable. And I think, like, a lot of people get comfortable with not wanting to face difficulty.
Yeah.
And so I think that puts them in that position of, like, hey, it's just easier to look the other way and not do this. Or I think, to Aaron's point, it depends where you get a lot of your information. Can be a very powerful tool, and so can words. So if you get your information from places that do not give out the proper information, it can change your view on how you see things. So I think that's very relevant to a lot of things. So.
Yeah, I think specifically within our own society, we kind of have it's a whole longer conversation, but in short, social media and the way we receive it, and even the things like the news, are designed to keep you engaged for as long as possible. And typically that's done through fear, right? Or through some semblance of distraction.
Right.
And these websites are designed to placate to what you find yourself viewing, and opinions that are like-minded to yours. So it doesn't challenge you. So it allows you to stay within an echo chamber, which creates a bubble of rationalizing points of view, which will rationalize certain atrocities or horrible things that happen in the world because it is beneficial to them to do so. And it's really sad. And, I kind of said a little bit of what I think this is referring to, but it also could apply to a number of other things as well.
Right.
So, yeah, thank you for the question.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's a thought
Thank you, Michael.
thought-provoking and interesting. Yeah. You're cool.
All right, from Sassy Monster. This is one of my favorite movies. I've seen a lot of other reactors watch Hunger Games for the first time. I'd like to know if this movie was better than you expected, and by how much. Is this better than the Squid Games, in your opinion? Again, I have not seen Squid Games, so I'm not going to make that comparison. And I said at the very top of our intro, I saw this one time back in 2012. I've seen so many things in between now and 2012, so I truly did not remember a ton. I maybe remembered one or two things. Other than that, but in comparison to what I remember to this, I really enjoyed this. Again, the music was really haunting. It was endearing. It was tragic. It was adventurous. The performances were phenomenal. I really loved the characters. I thought the pacing was great. I didn't feel the 2 hours and 20 minutes, or however long it was. I thought the direction was great by Gary Ross. He got some great performances out of Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really enjoyed this film. It was, so in terms of, was it better? I'll say it was better than I remembered, because I just remember liking it. But I really loved it.
That's a tough question to answer, because I feel Squid Game's not super fresh in my memory, but I remember the twists and turns in that show and its commentary on society. And there are certain parallels. I'm not going to spoil them for Andrew, but I will say for this movie in particular that the closeness in which it resembles, not to the degree that things are here, but that it resembles certain things within our own society and parts of the world, like specifically Love Island. Granted, that's not a very lethal show. I mean, it can be emotionally lethal, but not literally.
It can be to the heart.
to the heart, yeah. But I will say that I really did enjoy this, and I feel like not only because it spoke to, this thing about people in power kind of positioning people of lower status against each other for the sanctity of maintaining control, but also giving them a little bit of hope to distract them from where the real enemies are,
right,
or where the real threat is. I think that it resonates in this time, but also the personal aspect of how they're able to establish character with Katniss, and how quickly they were able to do it so effectively. And I feel like the editing of this movie allows for a really smooth experience. Like this movie moves; it's extremely well paced. You really care about the characters. You really understand the characters, and you really understand this world. And they do a great job without it feeling overly expositionally heavy, while also keeping a good balance of emotional stakes as well. And you can tell that this is the first movie in a longer series of movies, but I feel like it doesn't do that thing that sequels in the 2010s and to some extent the early 2020s do, where they give you an unfinished chapter to loop you into the sequel. This is a complete film, and I appreciate it for that. So, yeah, to answer your question, I think that it did definitely exceeded my expectations, and I can't say it's better than Squid Game because I think Squid Game just has more chapters, more hours, so it allows you to go into the depths of character a little bit more. And again, I've only seen the first season like 4 years ago, but it's definitely doing its own thing in a really interesting way. So
I didn't know it came out that long ago.
Yeah, man.
Sweet. Thank you. All right, from Maurice Gray Jr., Hunger Games, one of my favorite movie series. Which hit you harder, Katniss volunteering as tribute or Rue's death? Rue's death. I mean, Katniss volunteering as tribute, again, I was definitely crying, and that was incredible act of bravery and selflessness and courageousness. Rue is a 12-year-old girl who saw, who died right in front of us. That was like, that really broke my heart into a million pieces. Not that Katniss volunteering wasn't, but she didn't die there. And I mean, granted, she was going into a situation where she could have. And again, it was a noble act what she did. But Rue was such a sweet, innocent little girl. So it's got to be Rue's death for me. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think both scenes are about love.
Yeah.
One's about the selflessness of love, and the other one's about the mourning of love. And what is grief if not love persevering? Yeah, but I would have to say between those two scenes, as far as which one's emotionally more impactful, I would say Rue's death, and one because it's sad because somebody passed, but also, and this is just a slight thing in that scene. I noticed the editing of like when she was like shuffling and then it cut and she just was there. Like I volunteer as tribute, so I was like, oh, that was a weird cut. So that took me out like just so ever so slightly, but Rue's death was perfectly edited, perfectly emotionally resident. I felt like Jennifer Lawrence really came in her full emotional essence in that scene.
Yeah.
I think the little girl did an amazing job, and the score really helped aid in that sadness during that moment. So I would say overall, that is the one that comes out between those two scenes. Thank you for the question.
Thank you. All right, from Igna. I have been waiting forever for you to react to the Hunger Games. Well, it's here now, Igna. So
it's our time, baby.
It's one of my all-time favorite dystopian books and movies. Total comfort, chaos for my soul. What do you think stands out as better or worse in the movie compared to other dystopian stories like The Maze Runner, Divergent, or even Ender's Game? Also, if you were reaped for the Hunger Games, what would your strategy be to survive charm, chaos, or full Katniss mode? Sending lots of love and excitement from Chile. Thank you so much for the question. I did see Divergent with Tara. I think we saw the first two. Go check out those reactions. I have not seen Maze Runner or Ender's Game. I'll have to check those out at some point if I don't react to them here. To be quite honest, it's been... Again, I know this is always the excuse that Aaron, myself, and everyone on the channel comes up with. We watch a ton of media on here, so it's easy to sometimes forget when you've only seen something one time. I'm not saying I don't remember, stuff from Divergent. I do, and I remember liking the movie. I just don't remember a ton from the film. But I now that this is fresh in my head, I really like this. But to answer the second part of the question, strategy to survive. I mean, I definitely would do charm. I mean, seeing that you do need sponsors, I would definitely try to be likable and use charm in that sense. And then I would go Katniss mode, just go hide up in a tree somewhere and let everyone else, take themselves out. I think like the alliance thing, while it can be smart in the beginning, I mean, in the end, you have to take each other out. So I do like what Katniss did, and I think she really stood out in that sense, and that's why she got sponsors. And, being able to, I think, too, when I think the reason she was also able to survive for so long, and the reason she was able to be the survivor in the end with her and Peeta, is because they come from a place where survival is like instinctual. Like they're from District 12.
Right.
You know, everything is so awful in terms of where they live. So, you know, every day is like seeing food, fresh food is like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. So, I mean, you know, this is just another day for them. Granted, like they don't have people coming at swords at them or stuff like that in that sense. But I just mean like survival is in their DNA. So I think like she was within her realm in that, and like being in the woods and all that stuff. So, what about you? How would you survive?
Ooh, that's a great
Or
question.
how would you or have you seen any of those other franchises even?
Yeah. I saw Ender's Game once. I don't really remember it that well. And to kind of go off what Andrew's saying, a little peek behind the scenes here. We watch a lot of movies,
TV shows,
and TV shows as well. Just to give you a little idea of what that's like. We watch between 3 to 7 movies a week, and or TV shows. So it's a lot of stuff to remember, and obviously we're fully present in the moment, and we're reading your questions, and we love your questions. But sometimes when you watch that many stuff, not everything makes the immediacy of the memory bank. So to answer your question, I think Hunger Games stands out the greatest out of all of these, and
Agreed.
I think by critics and society's standpoints, I want to say this is also probably the most beloved adaptation. I could be wrong about that because I don't really know the fan bases of Divergent, Maze Runner, or Ender's Game. But yeah, I think just by general consensus, by not being in the immediacy of those fandoms, I think that is what stands out as being on the top. And as someone who can't really remember what it's like to have watched Ender's Game, I would be inclined to agree. But that said, to answer your second question, I would probably use some charm. You know, I'll charm little
Just be
kikis.
yourself.
Just be myself, exactly. Oh, shucks, dude. But I would also, utilize the time training to, be proficient in a weapon. I'd probably get my throw on like Peeta. Maybe I'd like to learn some bow and arrows. I think that'd be a very useful tool. Get my paint on and get some camouflage as well.
That was really cool, actually.
That was a lot of
I
fun.
like that. I'm glad that they brought that back too, and they didn't waste that moment. I love when filmmakers or movies like set something up and then they, kind of use that as a button to end cap it in a way.
Yeah, I'd probably honestly to be transparent, I'd probably go the stealthy route.
I'm with you there.
Plant some berries. Make some traps.
Strategic, I like it.
Camouflage into some places. Let everybody take each other out and kind of stalk the last person until I've found my moment to win the games.
I think that's smart.
That's my methodology there.
I think you would get very far, my friend.
Oh, shucks, thank you.
All right, from Sarah Thompson Hall. Thank you so much for being a Royal Reject and for the question. For the Hunger Games.
Thank you.
In the book, the mutts at the finale have been modified to have the eyes features of the fallen tributes.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Jesus.
Do you think they should have stuck with this in the movie, or would it have come through as goofy?
I think that's hard to translate.
Yeah, I mean, unless you actually say it as exposition, I don't know if I would have personally got it, because like, how are you going to tell it's the eyes of each character?
I think you'd have to make a point of showcasing the eyes and make them specific, distinct colors.
Yeah.
That way, when you do show the bees, it comes across that way.
Yeah, that would definitely be really mortifying and terrible. And
It's
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to see like in a book. I think that's okay. In a movie, it feels more supernatural. And I know they were genetically modifying them or making them, so I know it's not like they're not real or what or such. But like that sounds like something I would see in like a Nightmare on Elm Street type of movie, as a supernatural type of film.
I'd want to know the reasoning for it. Like, why did they do that?
Maybe
That seems a little sadistic, but.
I think maybe like for Katniss, for instance, because she was so drawn to Rue, like that's to get her like in a daze and confused, emotionally pull her out.
Potentially, yeah. I think you could do it. It really, really, really depends on how you execute it, because it runs the risk of coming across as goofy really easily. Like the threshold for it being goofy or corny is a lot higher than it being effective and successful.
Yeah, I mean, agreed. I think it would depend on how it looks. Like goofy is just not the word that comes to mind as how I'm thinking about it. I just think sadistic is how you would describe it, and I'm with you there. But it just comes more off as like I said, just something I would see in a supernatural like horror type of film. But yeah, it's fascinating, scary. Thank you though, appreciate it.
Oh, Maliza, do you believe Peeta during his interview with Caesar Flickerman that he was really in love with Katniss, or do you think it was all strategic for the games? I
Both.
definitely believed it. I mean, yeah, both. I think it was both. Because the way he looked at her and he threw her the bread, and he was trying to talk to her and stand next to her. I definitely believe that he had feelings for her long before this. So not the ideal circumstance for which he is able to show his affection, but this is the cards they were both dealt, and it seems like there's some love there. I'm curious to know if that is going to continue now that they have left the games. They now have that trauma bonded experience of knowing what it's like to both leave their district, but also survive in a treacherous microcosm of society. So yeah, I'll be curious to see where it goes.
It agreed with everything you said, and just to echo more of what you said, was definitely strategic for the games, but I think he knew and accepted his fate before the games even started, and we also got the flashback, as well as that Aaron pointed out, of seeing him throw the bread to her, and that's why they showed it that, because he had this love and affection for her way before, and he was setting it up so that they could gain sponsors, and also there'd be the star-crossed love, things. So again, that they would have these sponsors. So if the situation need be, and she needed help, that she would get it. So it showed how empathetic and how selfless he actually was as a human being too. Because again, he accepted what was already coming. Like his mother even told him, like, granted, she was not the nicest human being. We saw her literally physically slap him across the face in the flashback at the bakery. But his own mother told him that I really feel like we could have a survivor out of District 12, and she was not even speaking about him. She was speaking about Katniss. So I think in his own mind, and granted, if he were to, and he was okay with that, being that it was Katniss, and he was willing to do that in the very end when they had the berries and they changed the rules at the last minute, like the evil savages that they were. And he was like, go ahead, they have to have their survivor. And he, like, a person who's not selfless or courageous as well, he would have done something to her in that moment.
Yeah.
But because he's really caring and really towards Katniss, and he really does love her. If he didn't love her, he would have taken her out right then and there.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely both. But I think in the end, he did it all for her.
I wholeheartedly agree.
So, yeah. That's why he's such a great character.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
All right, from Jay Russian. What up, Jay? What do you think of Mr. Snow as villain president? I mean, he's a straight-on dictator. That's the best way to describe it. He views us all as peasants. And, I mean, he said it. The guy said it best in that scene where he had with Wes Bentley. Like, the reason why we do this is, to slightly give them a little bit of hope and kind of distract them to think that they have hope, for, and that's why we do this, because otherwise we would just round the 24 up and mutilate them. But again, at the end of the day, that's what I think. He's a dictator.
Yeah, he's for sure a dictator, and the little scenes we do see of him, we do get to see his character and understand his methodology and how he operates. And I'm curious to see if, on the cusp of this movie being the exciting incident for things to potentially change, how that villainy will rear its head going forward. Because for a lot of this, he was more villainous behind the scenes than he was in the public.
True.
So will he be more public-facingly evil, or will he double down on trying to be publicly facing and more evil in the background? I'm very curious to see where that goes.
Yeah, and also, too, to what you're saying, you could see, too, how much he was really steaming, and, like, how there was such a facade on his face when he was speaking to, like, Katniss at the end. Like, you must be very proud. Like, you could just tell how pissed he was.
It's a sustain for people he views as lesser than him.
Oh, yeah. No, again, he literally views us all as so much less than him, especially if you're from one of those. I mean, I assume, too, if you're in, like, District 1 or 2, he probably still views them as peasants, even if you're in that higher society and you have a higher social standing. But especially if you come from District 11 or 12, he's like, have you ever visited, one of those districts? It's all a bunch of coal and stuff like that. So he views you as probably less than human if you're in one of those districts.
This is true. Thanks,
Thank you for the question.
All right, Pierre the Reject. If the Hunger Games were real, if the Hunger Games were rebooted, who do you think would be cast as Katniss?
Wow. Ooh.
That is a toughie.
Jeez.
I want to know how old Jennifer Lawrence was when she played Katniss Everdeen.
I can look that up right now, actually.
Yeah, because and maybe this may be
So she was born in 1990, so 22. When the movie came out, she was 22.
Okay, interesting. I wonder what her if she looks the same as the character in the book. Because sometimes they try to cast close to whatever that character's description is, versus if they change it just to fit the actress.
Oh no! By the way, I was wrong. I said Amanda Steinberg. It's Amanda Stenberg.
I'm so sorry, Amanda Stenberg. Let me see.
That was the right.
Stenberg. You're the best. I appreciate you.
You know how I mispronounced. I was on the somewhat right track.
Okay.
I was close, but not close enough.
I'm tossed because this may be recency. Oh, there's so many good actresses though. I'm thinking of like someone like Florence Pugh would have been awesome.
Oh, I could see that. I could see that.
Hot girl. Not.
She was in Sinners.
Haley Steinfeld.
I was you know what's funny? I was thinking about her and watching this just because I was thinking about making a Hawkeye joke, but I'm like, this movie's really serious and dreary, so I'm like, I'm not going to make any Hawkeye jokes. But I was thinking about Haley Steinfeld while we were watching this. I could totally see her, not because she was in Hawkeye, but I could actually like see her bringing something with such emotional weight, and like she's just a great freaking actress, and she's so versatile. I'm gonna go with you on that.
Yeah, both of those would be my picks.
I'm just. How old is Haley though? Like
they're both close to 30 now, so maybe a little bit too old.
Is she
for Katniss at this point?
How do you spell Haley? Haley.
Because I don't know a lot of actresses that are like in their early 20s.
I never know how to spell Haley.
Haley? You can just look up a movie.
I just look in Sinners, right? That's probably the
easiest way. Or Hawkeye or True Grit or what's that show? Dickinson.
And of course, she's nowhere in the top of the cast.
She's Dickinson. She's the lead in Dickinson.
Here we go. I misspelled her first name so badly. She was born in 96, so she's 6 years younger than. So what's 96? So she's 4 plus 25, so she's 29.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any other options, or?
I'll go with Haley. It sounds honestly, I'd be cool with that. I mean, she looks younger, so I'd be cool with her.
Be young forever.
Exactly. Like, they can always de-age her if worse comes to worse. So yeah, but let us know in the comments who you guys would think would be a good pick for Katniss if they ever reboot it.
Thanks, Pierre.
Thanks, Pierre. All right, final question from Amanda Hayward. Thank you, Amanda, for the question, for being a royal reject. Each district has a different focus, mostly around an industry like coal mining, logging, fishing, tech, etc., all serving the capital at the center of the wheel. Which district do you feel like you would thrive in, and which would you want to come from if you were chosen for the games?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Probably tech, just because I'm on my phone all day when I'm not here. So I guess I'll just make it really simple and say tech.
I want to know what the different districts are.
But if I would want to survive, probably like Katniss, it'd probably, like, again, because like I said, survival was like in their DNA encoded. I would probably say
I'll look up the different districts.
Coal mining and logging would probably be a smart one.
What are the districts of the Hunger Games?
Oh, you want me to look it up here?
Yes, if you beat me, you can say it.
Okay, I got it. So District 1 is luxury items.
Okay.
District 2 is what is that? It's because it's not masonry and defense. District 3 is technology. District 4 is fishing. District 5 is power. District 6 is transportation. District 7 is lumber. District 8 is textiles. District 9 is grain. District 10 is livestock. District 11 is agriculture. And District 12 is coal mining. There was also a 13th district, but it was thought to be... Oh, never mind. Yep.
No more. I'm going to go the one with us power. I don't know what that means, but I feel like maybe like electrical power, maybe like sustainable energy. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. I feel like that could be a useful tool in a environment like this, and I think it speaks to your not longevity. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, like usefulness, especially when it comes to being an ally.
Yeah.
So yeah, for the short of it, I would say power. What about you, man?
Well, that's why I said originally tech, because I'm on my phone all the time, but tech would not help you survive in a situation like this. That's why I would probably just switch to probably just calling, because
Actually,
yeah.
the weaponry one, because I feel like if I'm good at weapons,
yeah,
that'd be helpful.
I think that's the one that what's his name, Kato, was probably right.
But
I
that makes
would imagine
sense.
that's why he got so far in the end. I think weaponry would probably be good, but I think that's being in it's not a desirable one. It's probably not a fun way to live, especially the lifestyle circumstances that they lived in each day. But I think because of that, it really gave her an advantage, her and Peeta, being in the calling, one. So I think if I'm going to be picked in the games, knowing that, I think for that reason I'd want to be in from that district.
Cool beans.
Yeah. All right. Really quick. What do you think this film got in Rotten Tomatoes?
Ooh,
Critics.
I'm gonna guess 78.
84.
Oh, wow.
Audience?
90.
81.
Oh, okay.
Worldwide box. Do you want to guess the budget, or do you want me to just tell you?
Just tell me.
78 million.
Okay.
And worldwide box office. This is 2012.
130 mil.
You're not even close.
120 mil.
694,394,724.
Good God. Okay, because I'm always thinking domestic. But worldwide,
no, but that was
yeah.
that was worldwide.
Jesus.
Is there any other actors that you want to know of? Because I'm not going to read trivia because we already just got pretty close on a spoiler there.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to read any trivia. Is there any actors you wanted to know about, or
No,
you good?
we've already reached 45 minutes on this review.
Okay.
So I think
I think we're good then.
Yeah.
All right. Good film, though. Really enjoyed it. Looking forward to the next one. Can't wait to see what happens. President Snow's revenge.
Oh.
Going from there. And the love triangle of Gale, Katniss, and Peeta. It's going to be fascinating to watch as well.
Yeah. I look forward to finding out what's going to happen on the next one. And yeah, we love you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next Hunger Games.